In South Africa, clients approach attorneys who then appoint advocates. Well, new entrants say they are often not even considered. To deal with this is a group of advocates have set up the Pan-African Bar Association of South Africa, and advocate Gcina Malindi from the association joins us now to talk about this. Advocate, welcome. Thanks very much for your time. Where lies the biggest problem or bottleneck that is making it difficult for new entrants in particular to be considered?
Thank you very much for inviting us. The advocate's profession in particular is difficult to access if one wishes to enter the profession. First of all, pupilage is for a period of 12 months, and while one is doing pupilage, one is not allowed to be engaged in any form of work that is remunerative. Many black and female aspirant advocates could never be able to sustain 12 months of not earning an income while they undergo pupilage.
They get nothing at all, not even a stipend to at least travel to and from work.
There are bursary facilities that are available. They are very minimal, and they will only be given to the most needy of candidates who apply. What the Pan-African Bar Association of South Africa will endeavor to do is to ensure that each pupil, while undergoing training, does receive a stipend that will see them through the period of pupilage. We therefore, as one of our commitments to promoting access to the profession, are going to pay this stipend for pupils that we will take in for our training program.
But that's just you as the association. It obviously doesn't cover everybody who wants to enter the profession.
Obviously, we are, as an association, will be limited by the resources that we have. So the number that we will be able to take in to do pupilage within our association will be paid a stipend during that process. That will go to a great extent to facilitate access to the profession to people who otherwise would be unable to enter it because of their inability to sustain themselves during that period.
Who is, I was talking earlier to the newly appointed chairperson or elected chairperson of the Legal Practice Council. Aren't these the sort of issues, that they should be dealing with?
Vuyo, as you know, since 1994, there has been agitation for the transformation of the legal profession. And one of the issues that has consistently been dealt with is the inability of black aspirant legal practitioners to enter the profession for that reason, and all efforts to ensure that pupils who enter the profession of advocacy get that stipend have been unsuccessful until recently, when bursary facilities were won in the past few years. So the Practice Council has not provided for that in the legislation that we have at the present moment. It means pupilage will still be conducted by voluntary associations, and to this point, PAGASA is the only one that is undertaking to provide a stipend during pupilage. Therefore, if we are to engage in another struggle to convince the Practice Council that this money must be available for pupils, we may be another 20 years down the line before that is realized. we believe that we should do it, and we should do it ourselves.
And one is not saying it's right, but I mean, I remember, well, I was lucky enough when I started. The training program I was in gave me a stipend, but I know of many other aspiring journalists who don't have the opportunity. Some even volunteer to actually go and work in newsrooms just to, get experience, and in the hope that later on they will be employed. But what I'm saying is, it is true for many professions what you're talking about, isn't it, though?
That is true, and people who volunteer in order to gain experience in all professions are people who at least can afford to sustain themselves during the period when they are volunteering and not earning anything. You look at the background of black people, young people who are entering any profession, they can't even work on a volunteer basis, because that on its own would require them, for example, to be based as close as possible to that place. They need an uncle or a parent who may pay their bachelor flat so that they can be as close as possible to that facility. And the stipend that they may get, it's a survival stipend, it's a subsistence stipend, but the real cost of yearning and aspiring to be in a profession is costlier than that. We seek to make it easier by making a stipend that is more meaningful, similar to what candidate attorneys, similar to what applies to candidate attorneys, because they earn a salary during their articles of clerkship as candidate attorneys. Mm-hmm. So the stipend that we are envisaging will be a meaningful one that will ensure that in the period that they are doing pupilage, they are able to sustain themselves and they are able to afford other necessary costs for them to spend those 12 months not earning anything.
Okay. Well, best of luck on this initiative. Thanks very much.